Marvel Studios first started developing an Inhumans movie in 2011. At Hall H in 2014, Marvel officially announced an Inhumans movie to be released in November of 2018, with Joe Robert Cole writing. It was said at Hall H that Inhumans would act not only as a franchise, but potentially also a series of franchises. In February 2015, the film's release was pushed back to July of 2019 due to Spider-Man Homecoming being added to the schedule. However, in October of that year, Joe Robert Cole dropped out of writing the script, and in April of 2016, the movie was off the release schedule entirely, though not officially canceled. Eventually, after ABC canceled Agent Carter and passed on the pilot of Marvel's Most Wanted, Marvel and ABC were trying to figure out a new show and decided on Inhumans. The series was officially announced in November of 2016. The show was a bit of a flop, being canceled after just one season of 8 episodes. The first 2 episodes were actually theatrically released in IMAX for 2 weeks as a bit of a replacement for the movie we never got. So in this video, I'll be reviewing the first 2 episodes in isolation. Look, I tend to be pretty positive in these reviews, but this was kind of a drag to get through. The world and its rules aren't explained very clearly. It's not explained how Inhumans came to be or why they're on the moon, just that they exist, this crystal stuff brings out their abilities, and that they're on the moon fearing humans won't accept them. What made them think that and move to the moon is never explained. We don't get used to the world before they leave it, and the scope of it all isn't really clear. Is this the size of a small city? Is this basically New York City on the moon? All we see is the castle and the edge of the city. We don't get to see very much of it or even how big it is. The acting of the show is alright, nothing amazing, though the actor who plays Maximus does a pretty good job. I have to admit, the characters in this aren't very memorable. I remember Black Bolt, Medusa, Maximus, and Lockjaw, and I watched this the morning that I'm writing this video. I don't remember the other characters' names and only vaguely remember their powers and personalities. So yeah, this movie isn't exactly Citizen Kane. But the special effects are good, probably because IMAX paid for the first 2 episodes, and it definitely has its moments. But here's the thing. This movie isn't canon. Yeah, I know that when it was made, the show was supposed to be in the MCU, but it definitely isn't canon, and here's why. I mean, first of all, Marvel's probably going to make most or all of the Marvel TV shows made by Marvel TV non-canon because they were so loosely connected that they could get away with it, and reboot Daredevil and the Punisher and others in the MCU. But, maybe more importantly, this is basically, well, we can't do the X-Men, but we can do this, so let's do this. In fact, way back in 2001, when this movie was first announced as being in development, it was kind of sold as Marvel's take on the X-Men. But now, Marvel can just use the X-Men. So why would they continue to using these characters that failed in an 8-episode long TV show with no ties to the MCU and no one knows, when they could use, well, the X-Men? So yeah, that's why this is definitely no longer canon. Subscribe, bye.